morning for another What I Eaten Today, this time on Weight Watchers Green Plan, or my WW Green Plan. So I recently switched plans. I have 30 green points for a day, and today is just going to be no makeup, glary, scratched up glasses, because I am still recovering. Yesterday we had a long run of 6 miles and I am feeling every single step right now. I'm still really sore. But I just made a quick, easy breakfast, so let me show you. Okay, my breakfast, I'm keeping it simple because actually I'm trying out a lot of recipes with you guys today. So just wanted to keep this simple. So apple, 0 points, and the Great Value powder peanut butter that I turned into peanut butter is 1 point. So a 1 point breakfast. Well, we had some change of plans. First of all, took a shower. That was not on my plans for this morning, but still didn't want to deal with this. And then I was supposed to make for lunch like a homemade version of blackened chicken, because I really like the frozen blackened chicken that like we get at Target, and it was 0 points on the blue plan. The green plan I don't know because I don't have it, so I wanted to make a homemade version, but the recipe calls for paprika and I totally used up the last of my paprika in a recipe earlier this week. So it's okay, we still have things and going to pivot. So we're going to do a similar concept that I was going to do, but use different seasonings. So I have some chicken breast. It was just like one chicken breast half that like I sliced in half and then like sliced in half this way and then this way, and then pounded it out here. I'm going to use half for dinner for a different recipe and then half for lunch. And because I'm on the green plan, gotta weigh it out. If you're on the blue, this is free and 0 points. And then this actually I've never tried, but I know a lot of people really like this seasoning. So I'm just going to weigh out 2 of these pieces and season it with some of this seasoning and cook it up as part of my lunch. Alright, here is my lunch. So apple for 0. This is 1 slice of the Aldi sourdough bread, 3 points, with like half a tablespoon of butter, 1 point. This is 1 tablespoon of this Sweet Heat Sriracha Boat Hills Farm thing. This is 1 point, so 5. And then the chicken is a little less than 5 ounces, so that's 3. So 8 point lunch. So that was a happy little mistake not having the paprika, because the chili lime seasoning, so good. It was so good. I didn't even use the dipping sauce for the chicken because it had so much flavor and I just wanted to taste it. Now one thing, so all I did was while it was cooking, I just added some extra lime juice because I really like the flavoring of lime. Yeah, that was so good. I'm just trying to think of like what I could pair it with or different things. Please let me know if you have that chili lime seasoning. How do you incorporate it into a meal? Because this was honestly just like a hodgepodge kind of a lunch, which sometimes is delicious. Like today, it was delicious. Yeah, it was really tasty. And I would recommend testing it out if you have a Trader Joe's near you. Yeah, but please let me know any suggestions of how you use it, or how, yeah, but more like how to make a meal out of it, because I feel like it's a pretty unique like flavor profile and I just am not quite sure how I would build on it. Anyways, yeah, back in the workroom, time to get back at it. So I'm going to have some of these mini chicken tacos I get from Trader Joe's for my snack. So I could have 4 of these for just 5 points, which is, I think it's a pretty good snack. Hey, so just FYI, the snack is approved by my parents. My dad really likes it. He was like, well, why aren't these bigger? They're so good, you know. So, it's good. I definitely think those make way better snacks than they do as part of a meal. Alright, this glare is driving me nuts. Than as part of a meal. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about some things. So this year, 2020, Eric and I aren't taking, well, unless something drastically changes, I think the only trips that we're really going to be able to take is trips to like visit people. So we're going to visit, like go up to Washington a couple times, visit his family. We're going to go take a trip to Texas to visit his best friend and then my brother that also lives in Texas. And then we're also going to be doing two like mini road trips here in California, both for our niece's softball thing. And so while we have, and I'm hoping at least one more little staycation to San Diego, because my gosh, do I love hanging out in San Diego, and like staying over and stuff. And I would love to be able to like go when it's warmer, when we could go in the pool, because that would be awesome. So this year we just decided that we don't think we can really afford to do like a real vacation, which is fine, you know, but I've kind of known this in the back of my head like for a while now, at least for like 4 to 6 months. I kind of knew that that 2020 we weren't really going to do it. And so I love vacations, and so does Eric, obviously. Like, we are vacation people, and I was like, when I don't have a vacation to plan for, it is very easy for me to either try to force a vacation when we can't afford one, like, because I get really excited about it, and so like I'll still be consuming all of my my vacation media, which honestly is a lot of podcasts that I like to listen to, or I like to watch things on YouTube, and then I'll either like try to force it into our budget and cause like undue financial stress on us when we really couldn't or shouldn't take a vacation, or it'll just make me sad. And so what I did instead is I really have not been listening to like any like Disney or vacation-y podcasts like at all for months, which is totally unusual because I love those podcasts. Just because like I knew that this was a temptation, so I didn't want to set myself up for a temptation. But Eric and I are like trying to look at our finances, and we actually bought all of our plane tickets for the trip. So the 2 trips up to Washington that we're going to be taking to, and then our trip to Texas. We're not going to be driving those this year, because if you guys watched our channel, you know, like, we really like road trip and stuff like this. But we're going to be flying this year because we have been saving our miles for a couple of years now, and we booked early. Like, our first trip still is months away, you know, so we booked it early and we used our miles, and so all of our trips were basically, the flights are free, which is awesome. And then when we are in actually all of our accommodations will also basically be taken care of. We might spend, I think we're going to spend like 1 or 2 nights in Seattle, or in, I don't know, maybe a couple of hotels, but really no, because we're going to be staying with family and friends for the most part. So it would just be like the rental car when we get there for like a short period of time, and then also the cost of our food. And so we're kind of like, we're trying to budget it out, and we're realizing like, oh, our trips this year is actually like, we think that we might be able to save money to take a vacation next year in 2021. So we're all excited, and we're going to try to be like saving money and doing a really good job with money this year. And I am like, we're basically 100% sure that we're going to go back to Disney World. So the last time we went to Disney World, I was like, that's it. I'm going to take a break from Disney World. I really wanted to go on a Disney cruise. I was like, that's our next vacation that I like, next real vacation, not like just visiting people vacation, you know, because like I hope this doesn't sound bad, but like when we're visiting family and friends, that's not a vacation to me. That's like a we're visiting people type of a trip, you know. So like and it doesn't like it's not the same because like part of my joy that I get from vacation is like planning. I love planning. Planning is like if I could just plan everything for everybody, I would be so happy. Like I love, especially Disney things. Love planning. Love to look all the details. Like I cannot plan too much, you know, because it's just fun. It's just so much fun for me. Anyways, so also like I feel similar like when I went to Europe and all those different things, like things that require a lot of planning. Those are vacations I want to take because it's so much fun. So anyway, so these trips, like, so the trips to like Washington and then to Texas and stuff, it doesn't require planning from me, like beyond booking the flights and because we're like the whole point is like spending quality time with people we care about, you know, which obviously is super important, but it's like you don't plan quality time, you know, really. It's not like we're going out and doing a bunch of things like you would at Disney or whatever. So I feel like so much joy has been brought back in my life because I have a vacation to plan for. I have my favorite, like I'm downloading and listening to old episodes that I missed of a lot of my Disney podcasts, and I cannot wait. It's just like, do you feel the same way that like I do, where it's like, yeah, I could wait for a vacation. I could be patient and I could save my money and I could work hard and I could try to make wise decisions if I have a trip like booked, you know. Like obviously we don't have a trip booked yet because I think it's still way too early to look for plane tickets, and I don't think Disney World packages have arrived yet. But anyways, I just feel so much better to know it's like, okay, I have a year and we have a time of year, and we I could start, like, give me something to work with. It is great. Oh, and the reason why we're going to Disney World instead of doing like a cruise or going to Disneyland Paris, stuff like that, is because honestly of the weight loss. Disney World was so important in our weight loss journey, and I am not sure I would have been serious, and I don't know if I would have been committed to Weight Watchers and to losing weight if it wasn't for the Disney World trip we took last year, where it was like Disney World's trying to kill me, you know, because I just wasn't in shape for it. You know, I had a great time, but it was like, it almost felt like it was trying to kill me. And so that was such an insane motivation. And so I feel like this year, obviously, we're still like losing weight, getting healthy, but it's like, I really hope we make it to our goal this year. And so that next year, in 2021, if we go to Disney World, it will just, like, I just feel like it will be a true moment of like, we did it. You know, like Eric and I were going to go back to the place it started, you know, not really started, but you know, the place where we kind of really started thinking about needing to lose weight. Then we go back there healthy, and just to be able to see like, what is it like going to Disney World where I have like, I could go, it's my goal. Honestly, it's my goal. I want to be able to, to go from rope drop all the way to past the fireworks to the kiss goodnight, and I want to just be able to like go, you know, go, enjoy it, and not feel miserable at the same time. Which, honestly, this is where a lot of my motivation for my running comes in, because sometimes if I'm like struggling, I'm like, come on, Amy, 6 miles. Like when I was running 6 miles, I was like, please, you know, on an Epcot day, 6 miles is nothing. You need to work up your stamina. You could do this, you know, like you're going to be walking, who knows, 12, 15 miles on a good Epcot day, who knows, you know. So anyway, so vacation might be coming in like a year, but I am so excited about it. Yeah. Do you guys have something that is helping you really be motivated in your weight loss journey? Because vacation, that's one of the main motivations for me, specifically like Disney vacations, because I love them so much and it's so much fun. And I just, for me it's vacation and wanting to be able to enjoy them for the fullest because I couldn't before. Yeah, so let me know what your motivation is. Oh, or Disney podcast. Okay, so right now I'm working on WDW Prep to Go. That is the one that I'm really listening to and getting caught up in, but I have such a long list. So if you are a Disney fan like me, and specifically like you have a favorite podcast that's a little bit more Disney World centric, my favorite Disneyland centric or like focused one is Mousetalgia by far. But if you have Disney World suggestions, please let me know, because I don't know if I've ever listened to a bad Disney podcast because I cannot get enough of them. Alright, work is calling me. I will be dreaming of vacations the whole time. Hey guys, so I am in the kitchen now, going to start to get dinner ready. So I'm going to be making a crispy chicken with cheddar sauce. I think that's what it's called, by Emily Bites. It will be linked below, the recipe. Then I'm going to be having my favorite green bean recipe, and then a little baked potato. So I have a big favor to ask of you guys. If you have a favorite potato recipe, can you guys please let me know? Because honestly, except for French fries, I'm not a huge potato person, but I want to be because people love potatoes. Like mashed potatoes, I'd rather have rice 100% of the time. Baked potato, once again, I'm not that excited about it, but it's so much cheaper to buy potatoes in these bags, and I needed potatoes for a different recipe, so I'm trying to eat them up. Anyways, like baked potato, they're just whatever unless they're in like French fry form for me. So yeah, if you have a favorite baked potato recipe, let me know. So I'm going to weigh this out so I know the accurate points, and then stick it in the oven and then start prepping everything else. I have my chicken breading station all ready to go. So in here, I haven't shaken it up yet because we'll shake it up together. I have flour, and then here obviously an egg, and then here we have a little bit of this reduced fat mild cheddar cheese, along with salt, pepper, parsley, garlic, onion, cornflake crumbs, and these seasonings are also in these. So I'm going to mix them up and then get the chicken all ready. Okay, so I'm just going to shake the chicken up to coat it. I'm just making an individual portion, so please check the recipe for the like correct measurements and stuff and everything. And then I will just dip this little chicken. This is the same chicken I used for lunch. Remember how I like did double? I just like shredded and beat it into it. So I'm just going to make sure these things attach, and then stick it in my pan. Easy. Okay, here are both of my little chicken pieces. Remember, these are pretty skinny because I flattened them out. So I just have to pop some foil over it and put it in the oven for 35 minutes. This is the recipe, by the way. Crispy cheddar chicken with cream sauce. And I figure since I'm here, I should tell you. 7 green, 5 blue, 5 purple. So, while the chicken is in the oven, and I'm sure you could hear the green beans starting in the back room. I know this looks gross, but this is the sauce that's included in this recipe. I have to obviously melt it all together. So it's just a mixture of cream cheese, light butter, and then light or fat-free sour cream. I did the individual portion on the chicken, but the sauce, I'm just going to do the like the portion that she says, like the measurements exactly, because I don't really know how, with the can of soup, I just don't feel confident being able to like portion it down to what I just needed, because the serving size is 3 tablespoons. So it's like, how can I make 3 tablespoons of the sauce? So I know that I'm going to have leftover sauce, but that's okay. Let me show you the green beans. Guys, by the way, look it. I feel so professional. I prepared. I'm not doing things at the last minute. So in this pan, I have bacon sizzling, because you know, apparently I can't eat vegetables without adding some center cut bacon. I am actually going to use half of this bacon for the green beans, and then half of it I'm going to use as a topping for my baked potato. So these green beans are super easy. I already showed you how to make them, I think in a Thanksgiving vlog, because typically I have them for Thanksgiving. So all you do is you cook the bacon, leave a little bit of the grease for flavoring, then you cook these suckers in the same pan, take them out. Oh yeah, you take the beans out when they're done. Then add the green beans, cook them a little bit, add a little bit of water, cover it so they kind of steam to cook, and then you add everything back in together and heat them all through. Oh, and this is a little bit of green onions that I'm going to use for the baked potato topping, so I'm not going to cook those. Yeah, and then that's all you do for the green beans. Oh, and this sauce, you just heat it and mix it up. Alright, I'm excited about this. This is my dinner. So I have the crispy chicken with the cream sauce. This is 7 points on the green plan. I have 4 points worth of potatoes. These are like super tiny. This is 4 points because I weighed it out. And then the green beans with the mushrooms, onions, and bacon. So between this and this, the bacon is 2 points. Everything else is free on here. And then I just added half a tablespoon of light butter onto these little baby potatoes. That is 1 point. So I'm excited to try this out. I hope it's good. Dinner was tasty. It was solid. It was good. Had a lot of flavor. Could not finish it. Definitely not. Still had some. I ate all the green beans, but I definitely probably had like half a piece of chicken and then some potato left too. But I'm not worried about the points. For the most part, I never worry about the points, even if I don't eat it all. So my point total, I just looked, it was 28 out of 30 points. That's, which I'm totally fine with. It was a great day of eating, great day of food. It was so nice because the chicken just had like a really solid, nice crunch. It was like, man, sometimes I just feel like I need something crispy every once in a while. So this was an Emily Bites recipe. I really recommend if you're missing like a crunchy chicken to test it out, because it was good. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say. It was just solid. You know what, actually, I think I would probably add maybe a little bit of salt to the sauce, because I think the sauce, I should, but I was too lazy to do it. Yes, but please, I probably won't get it in time before my potatoes go bad. But if you have a favorite potato recipe for someone who's like not a huge fan of potatoes, my husband is. He does not. He loves mashed potatoes. He probably thinks I am insane. I'm just a French fry girl and that's about it. But if you have any like new ways of eating potatoes, if they're point friendly, please let me know. That'd be awesome. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I still got a couple hours of work left to do this evening before I start meal planning for next week, because today is Saturday and I usually meal plan on Saturday evening, so, or Thursdays on coffee days, but today is Saturday. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.